Hi, I'm Josh Hatcher from Hatcher Media. You can check out my website at hatchermedia.net. I want to talk to you guys about a couple things today. Today is the part of a several-part series, and it's called How to Make Your Advertising More Effective. Because I'll tell you what, I've talked to a lot of business owners who have spent hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars on a campaign in the local newspaper or on the radio or anywhere for that matter, and they're not getting anything in return. They don't have any kind of return on investment. Your ROI is what that stands for, return on investment. And so they've been very discouraged about advertising, and it's expensive. You don't want to waste it. You don't want to put it out there and then have it not bring a return. So that's important. So the first thing, part one of our series today, we're going to talk about copy. Copywriting. You know, copy is not what you do with your Xerox machine. It's actually writing. And it's a really important part of your advertising, and it makes it much more effective. You have to have good copy. You have to be able to write it well, and you have to be able to write it in such a way that gets your client base or the readers of that advertisement to pay attention to you. Whether it's a script for the radio, or whether it's your website, or whether it's a social media campaign, or whether it's just an advertisement in the newspaper, what it says is important. I know a lot of people will do advertisements, and they'll basically just hand their business card to the ad rep and say, here you go, just print that. That's all I care. No, it's got to be more effective than that. It has to have a few things to be good copy. The first thing that I would recommend if you're writing good copy is to introduce yourself. That might be putting your logo and explaining what you do. It might be saying, hey, we're the Williams Agency. And sometimes it doesn't have to be the first thing on the page, but the page has to have it, and it's the most important thing. The second thing that you need to do is to identify the pain. This is where you're telling your potential customer or your potential buyer, you're telling them, you're identifying the pain that they feel, because ultimately your product or your service meets a need. It's supposed to help alleviate a pain. For example, my car insurance is expensive. I need to save money on it. It's expensive and it hurts. So the pain that my prospective, if an insurance agency wants to get my attention, they're going to identify that pain and say, we're going to save you money because insurance is expensive. So that's identifying the pain so that your customer can see what it is. The pain is insurance is expensive. And the pain is it's Friday night, you don't know what to cook for dinner, and you're hungry. You see? The pain is your children are misbehaving. Now, now that you've identified the pain, then you come along to your next step, which is to explain the benefits or offer a solution. This is where you're saying to your reader, you're saying, here's the problem, I've got the solution, and this is what I can do to make it easier for you. And I want you to think of it like that. Think of it as a benefit. What is the benefit that is added to your reader's life if they choose to go through your services or if they choose to buy your product? The next thing is to identify the value. So I'm not talking name your price, because some things you can put the price out there. Sometimes that is identifying the value. But what you have to do is explain the worth of your product. You can do this with comparisons or testimonials is a good way to do that. You compare your insurance rates to the other guy's insurance rates, or you have a testimonial from somebody who came and ate dinner at your establishment and had a good time with it, and they just raved about it, so you collected that testimonial. You can put that in your advertisement. I will say, if you want testimonials to be effective, you actually have to ask for them. We could do another whole series on asking for testimonials and using those effectively. Once you have identified the value, the next thing is risk reversal. This is not going to be in every copy, but if you have a money-back guarantee, or if you're willing to think about offering a money-back guarantee, this is going to reverse the risk for the customer. If you're saying, if you're not satisfied, we'll give you your money back, or whatever your risk reversal is there. So just be thinking about that. It amps up the value of your offer. If your customer knows, man, if I buy this auto part and it doesn't work, I can take it back. You identify that the value is great. It's heightened by a guarantee. That's a good thing. If you offer that, it's a good thing to make sure you highlight it. The next thing, and boy, I tell you what, I'm kind of torn between which is the most important information that you have. And it's going to be either one of the next two. So the next two items are really what makes copy good copy if it's got everything in place. These are the two things that are going to be the most important for good copywriting. And the one is a call to action. A call to action works best when it's clear, bold, and immediate. So call us today for more information. So you're telling your potential client what to do. You're saying, I want you to call me. And when do I want you to call me? Today. Now. This week. Whatever the immediate, it needs to have an immediacy to it. It has to be very clear what you want them to do. In fact, I like to say, call us today and ask for Mike. Here's his number, 814, whatever. You put it all together, make sure it's clear and very specific. Stop in today and check out our savings. Or click here to subscribe. Make sure your call to action is in your copy, that it's clear, that it's bold, maybe capital with exclamation points. Put that urgency and that excitement in it, and it will get their attention. And believe it or not, an advertisement is ineffective if it doesn't tell them what to do. It's got to tell them what to do. So if it's not the most important part, the next part is the most important part. One of these two, and I can't make up my mind. The next thing that makes copy effective and makes your advertising better is contact information. This should include, you should put this right near your call to action. Give them clear information for how to give you the money. Okay? How do they give you the money? I don't know if you've seen the internet meme that says, shut up and take my money, But that's what you've got to do, is you've got to basically show them how to give you their money, whether it's to call you or stop in and give them your address if you want them to stop in. If you want them to look you up on the internet, put your email address or your web address there. If you want them to email you, put your email address there. If it's an online ad and you want them to do something, make sure that the way that you want them to respond is clearly spelled out and have that information in there, because I can't tell you how many ads I have seen go out and there's no contact information. Call us today for more information. Where's your number? If I have to go look it up, I'm going with the other guy. Bottom line. So make sure you keep that simple, and you don't forget to put your contact information in there, or however it is that you want them to follow up with that call to action. Make sure it's in there. It's very important. That being said, we've got some more ideas for our series for ways to make your advertising more effective. I'm Josh Hatcher from HatcherMedia.net. You can hop onto our website, read our blog. You can look at our portfolio and see some of the great advertisements that we've done and see some of the good copy that we've written. We've been very blessed to have some really good opportunities to write copy for great local businesses, and they've seen a good response because of the copy that we've been able to do. So if you need help with your copy, or if you realize, you know what, I've been struggling to put this together, it's just going to be cheaper to pay you to do it, Josh, feel free. I'll take your money. And you know what? If you want to do it yourself, that's fine too. I'm not going to tell you either one way or another. I'd love to have your business if you need my help. But either way, I want to give you the tools that you need so that you can do this on your own and do it well. So that's what I say. The good copy or the copywriting is very important to what you're putting out there. So next week we're going to jump into our next thing that makes your advertising more effective, and that is good design. So make sure you stay tuned and keep coming back to HatcherMedia.net. Check me out on Facebook. Just look up Hatcher Media, or you can go to Twitter and go to @HatcherMedia there and follow my stream there, and you'll see lots of good information. Thanks, guys.